Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Daisy and I make lifestyle and travel vlogs. So today I am just getting ready to do some content, so I thought I would get ready with you guys and talk about like how I've gone about booking Disneyland Paris and like basically an update as to what's happening, all our plans, stuff like that, because obviously I've never been to Disneyland Paris and I know it might be helpful for seeing it from a first timer's point of view how I went about booking Disneyland. So I'll go through how I went about booking it first. So I've done all like the hotel and tickets through the Disneyland Paris website, and because we're staying on site that made it so much easier. Now I picked staying on site because we've never been before, so I wanted it to be as easy as possible and as stress-free as possible, and I felt that staying on property was going to be the most stress-free way to do our first trip. So originally, as you might have seen, when I surprised my sister, I did a video on that, we booked the Santa Fe hotel, which I was really happy about because we never stay on site when we go to Florida, so it's like a whole new sort of thing for us anyway. But Santa Fe is the cheapest, or tends to work out the cheapest of the on-site hotels, which is another reason why I booked that one, because I wanted to still try get a good price for going to Disneyland, because it can be very expensive. So aside from that, I'm just going in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. But yeah, so I booked Santa Fe, and then very kindly, about maybe a month after I'd booked it, my mum and dad decided that they wanted us to stay at the nicer hotel, because previously I had booked to go to Disneyland Paris, but when I fell pregnant we cancelled it, but we were supposed to be staying, also look how crazy, we were supposed to be staying at Newport Bay, and Newport Bay is the 4-star hotel that's right next to the entrance of the Disneyland park. It's a gorgeous hotel, and very kindly my mum and dad decided to upgrade me and my sister to go to Newport Bay. So I am so excited about that, because obviously, like, I was excited anyway about going to Santa Fe. I don't think that Santa Fe is a bad hotel. But I didn't have the budget to book Newport Bay. So I was so grateful that they've done that for us. But yeah, I found booking on the Disneyland website so easy. A big tip if you're wanting to save money and get the best possible price on the website, when you scroll down, I can't remember whereabouts it is, and if I do find out, I'll possibly insert a video of how I did it. But sometimes if you put in a date, it'll give you the price for that date, obviously. And obviously I think you can like compare different hotel prices for that date, and if you do have a specific date in mind, then obviously you'll have to do that. But for me, I didn't really mind when we go. It didn't matter to me about taking holiday time off, with me not having a job at the moment. So I didn't need to worry and stress about it being on a weekend. And obviously if you book on a weekend, it is more expensive. So there's like a calendar at the bottom of the website. Like I said, I can't remember what tab it's on, because I don't think it's just like as soon as you go onto the website. But when you go in there, you can like drag to see, they've got like colour coded like pricing structure sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And you can toggle that so that it's for the cheapest times, and it'll show you and the exact price for everything on the calendar. And I find that so helpful. Another big tip is sometimes with that, if the hotel is cheaper, the flights could end up being more expensive. Now that's not a problem if you don't fly, but because we're flying, that was another big thing to consider, whether we were booking a time that suited hotel prices or booking a time that suited flight prices. And I do find that booking a holiday around flight prices ends up being cheaper, because especially to Paris, their flight prices are all over the place. So I did that. I kept going back and forth, and it was really useful to see what was the cheapest time to go in the month that we wanted to go. Obviously you can see that over the whole year, like what's going to end up being the cheaper time to visit Disneyland Paris. So that's a big tip that I used, which was really helpful in saving a little bit of money. So as for food, we haven't booked anything as of like half board, full board, that kind of thing. We aren't really breakfast people. I'm normally just I need to get into the parks kind of person. I'll just get ready and probably grab something in the park. So we haven't done any sort of dining plan. That's just because that's what suits us best, and I'm not a huge fan of like the buffet breakfasts. Like I'm just not that fussed. And I also wanted to pick and choose where I wanted to eat. If we did go for a sit down meal, because we're only there for 3 days, there's not a lot of time for us to go do many sit down meals, and also sit down meals can end up being quite pricey. So we've just basically booked whatever we wanted to book, and we have booked Remy's. So I've always wanted to do Remy's, and it helps that Mia watches Ratatouille literally like on repeat. I think she could watch that like 5 times a day and not get bored. So I'm really excited about that because I've heard loads of good reviews. And other than that, we haven't got anything else booked as far as dinner reservations. I think I'm wanting to go to is it the Skyline bar? I'm correct myself if I am wrong. The one in the Marvel Hotel. But you obviously don't need a reservation for that, you can just turn up on the day. So we're wanting to do that, but other than that we haven't got any reservations, and I am okay with that. Like, it is so expensive to do sit down meals in Disneyland and Disney World, like they're all the same. So I think for Remy's, I think the deal is, I think it's like 45 euros or something or 48 euros per person. So I don't think that includes your drinks either, and I'm not sure if that's for two, because they have different options, like you can have 2 courses or 3, and you can include alcohol, but I've mentioned this way too many times on my channel, I'm not a drinker really, so I don't need any alcohol midday. So I've just gone I'll just go for the standard sort of either 2 or 3 courses, whatever we're feeling on the day. But yeah, I'm really excited for that one. There has been so many good reviews on it, and everyone said that if you go then you need to do that. So obviously I'll let you know how we find Remy's. Other than that, I think really when we're at the parks I just end up snacking anyway, or just grabbing a quick service meal. I just want to get as much done as possible. So yeah, I haven't really made any other reservations. I would have loved to have dined at the Disneyland Hotel restaurant, you know, like, I think something, is it like the Table Lumiere or something like that? I can't remember because it's all in French and I do not speak French. I would have loved to have done that, but it's just for Disneyland Paris guests. I have had a friend go recently though, and she managed to grab a last minute cancellation on the day, and they let her go in even though she wasn't staying at Disneyland Hotel. So, I mean, is it in my budget? Absolutely not. But if I'm feeling bougie, maybe. I doubt it. But that one looks amazing. And then I'm not really fussed on sort of character breakfast, character dining, that sort of thing. I'm not that fussed on it. I don't often go meet characters either. I'm more of a ride person. So yeah, that's like the basic of like Disneyland that we've got booked. I think transport wise, we're flying from Manchester into Charles de Gaulle. See, I live quite close by to Leeds Bradford Airport, and I found that it was more expensive to go from Leeds Bradford, and the timings weren't as good as Manchester, so it doesn't take as long to get to Manchester at all, and I'm quite happy to travel further to get a better flight time and a better price. So the only reason why we're flying is because I don't live anywhere near London, so the Eurostar was like not an option because that massively increases the price on your trip. Like, I'd have to get a coach or a train down to London, possibly even stay over in London, which is very expensive, and then get the Eurostar. So, and then when you've got the Eurostar, it doesn't even go to Disneyland directly anymore, so it's just also a lot more faffy, and I kind of just wanted it to be as easy as possible. Now when we get to Charles de Gaulle, I haven't got any transport planned. Now some of you might be like, Daisy, why have you not got any transport planned? And I have found it really difficult. So our flight time actually is very early in the morning. I think we land about 8:30 or something. Something like that, 8:30, 9:30. And there isn't a train that lines up with that time that I can like be like, okay, yeah, no, we'll definitely get that one, because I don't know how long it will take us to get out of immigration and stuff like that. So I haven't like wanted to book a train without knowing that I'm going to be able to get it. So a lot of people have said, I've asked for a lot of advice, and a lot of people have said, right, you can just wait till you get there. I did have a look at some private transfers. The only thing that puts me off of private transfer is obviously it is a lot quicker on the train, and for a private transfer it does end up being more expensive than getting an Uber, which is another option. So I think an Uber is about €40. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously it changes all the time, doesn't it, depending on how busy they are and stuff. So I have just been looking at them and doing different comparisons, and I don't feel that we need a private transfer. The other option is obviously the Disney shuttle, like the Disney bus, the buses. That just seems, everyone's just said it takes ages and it's really hard to find from Charles de Gaulle Airport. So again, I'm just wanting ease and also speed. Like I booked the flight time so that we get there early and we can make the most of our day. So schedule planning wise, I don't know what is in Disneyland 100%. Like never been, so I wouldn't really know how to schedule my days. And I think having 3 days also makes it a little bit difficult because I don't know what I need to prioritize and what I can get done in a day, because obviously I just look at Disney and think that it's a big park and it takes forever to get round, but a lot of people have said that in Disneyland you can definitely get round it in a day or 2, and that's for both parks. So I don't know, I'm kind of just wanting to like take things as I go. We're still debating on what we're going to do the first day. I know on the second day that'll probably be our full Disneyland park day, because that night I have booked the preferred viewing area for the fireworks show, and I'm really proud of myself. Like, I've watched so many vlogs, and then as soon as it comes to any ride POVs or the fireworks, I turn it off. So, well, I skip that section because I don't want to have seen it on a video before I see it in person. So another thing that everyone said to me was that the fireworks, you have to get there very early to get a good spot for it. And obviously I'm going to be filming it all, and I also just wanted to sit or stand and relax and watch it and not feel so stressed out having to get there on time and feel that I'm gonna miss out if I don't get a good spot for the show. And it also makes it quite nice because that means on the first day we don't really have to watch the fireworks. We can just prioritise all the rides that we want to do, which is also something I've never done. I've always watched the fireworks shows on a night, and I've never skipped them to do rides. So that's another thing I'm kind of looking forward to, is having that time to go and see what the wait times are like while the fireworks are on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to preferred viewing. I think that if you've got the money to do it, then why not? Like, it's not that expensive, and you can also pay for preferred viewing for shows, but that's not something like, I don't even know sort of schedule wise if we'll go see any shows. I know a lot of people have told me that I need to go see like Together and stuff like that, or the Lion King show. And I do love shows, but I think I do really want to make the most of going around the parks and just exploring rather than sitting and watching shows. So maybe that's something that we can do on another trip. But for now, I've just booked the preferred viewing for the fireworks. But I think that's it as far as like anything that I've booked. I haven't got any more bookings as far as I'm aware. So yeah, we're going for 3 days. We leave, I've got the latest flight I could get on the day going back, so we should have a decent amount of time in the park on our last day as well. So that's good, because I didn't want to have to rush out. Obviously, like, if I'd have got the middle of the day time or a morning flight, it probably would have been cheaper. So there's definitely cheaper ways of booking Disneyland Paris, obviously staying off site, stuff like that. But I've just basically done it for ease and just to have like the nicest first time. I really want to make sure that we have the best time and make the most of the time while we're there. So yeah, I'm so excited to go. Like, I think, what did it, 20 days today as of filming this, so it'll be even less when I put this out. But yeah, I just can't wait to go, like, with it being my first time to Disneyland Paris and my first ever girls holiday, and it being with my sister. Like, it's so nice and it's gonna be so special. So I'm really excited. We've been planning outfits and stuff, so that's been exciting. I've had a lot of inspiration from people on my Instagram and how they've dressed. I'm not a big like Disney bound sort of girl, especially in Florida. I'm more dressed for the weather and the heat rather than like dressing really cute, because I end up just getting really agitated. But thankfully, because Paris isn't as warm as Florida, it means that I can kind of prioritise having some cute little outfits. So I'm very excited to put together the outfits, like the things I've bought. Mainly things from Shein, if I'm being honest. Like, I have not gone and spent a fortune on these outfits, and I found that the quality of what I've got is actually really good. Like, I can't complain at what I've received so far. So and with it just being for Disney, like, I know I'll probably not wear a lot of the clothes that I've got outside of the parks anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to put them together. And then also I have bought some things from a couple of small businesses, so that's what I'm getting ready for today, is to unbox some of the stuff I've got from them. So I can't wait to see what they look like. It's been killing me not opening them. So yeah, I should have some really nice things to go with this time. So the things that I'm looking forward to most, I would have to say seeing the castle is probably very high on my list. Like, it looks so pretty from all the pictures and videos that I've seen of it. And obviously you can go underneath the castle, like, and inside. It's like the most interactive, if that's the right word, castle I've seen so far on videos, and I've only ever seen the one in Florida, so it'll be nice to take another castle off the list. So yeah, and I'm going underneath it and through it and like on the balcony bit and stuff. Like, I'm just so excited to see all of the sort of architecture and stuff. I've just realised I've been yapping this whole time and then never told you what I was using. I've used the NARS Laguna 5 for my bronzer, my YSL All Hours foundation, Laura Mercier powder, the translucent powder. For my brows, I got this years ago and I can't believe it's still lasted. I don't even know where it's from. I literally have no idea. Secret Weapon, LeCoux Cosmetics. LeCoux? I'm not sure. No idea where I got it from. There, obviously. But yeah, that's literally lasted me literally years. And then I used the Laura Geller highlighter. Like, look how broken that is though. Clearly need a new one. I used the Becca Snapdragon blusher, and then I'm just going in on my bottom lashes because I've got my Tatti lashes with the Invisilash on, and I go with the Lash Sensational on my bottom lashes, and I really don't do awkward lash face. I don't do a lot on my bottom lashes, just to let people know that I have bottom lashes. But yeah, and then I'm done. So for our spend, obviously this is like just subject to what everybody wants to take, but for me, I have budgeted £120 for the 3 days that we're there for food, snacks, quick service meals, stuff like that. And obviously there will be wiggle room because I have spend money for merch money. I do have a bit for merch because I know that when I'm there I will want things, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Well, I don't think I am, future days is probably looking at this and being like,
he went crazy.
I can't exactly tell you how much it's cost us to go, because when I booked it, it was a certain price, and then obviously my parents have upgraded it, so now I'm actually not sure how much it is. And then I've put the extras on top of there. My mum and dad also, that is why I forgot, they have paid for us to have the PhotoPass, which is so nice because I actually love PhotoPass, especially for like ride photos and stuff, but also for those cheesy castle pics. Like, yeah, they're so good, so I'm really excited to use that as well. So if you have any questions about my upcoming trip, I think by the time I put this out, it'll probably be about a week away, possibly, I'm not sure. Then let me know down below and I will try answer as many as I can. But yeah, I'm so excited and I can't wait to take you along with us. It's gonna be so nice. I literally can't believe we're going. It's come around so fast. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you some information about how we have booked the trip, what we're doing, just an update on stuff, because obviously the last time I spoke to you it was all very different. But yeah, we just can't wait and I'm so excited to take you along. So thank you for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed and it was a little bit beneficial for some of you. And if not, then I hope you just enjoyed getting ready with me. But yeah, thank you for watching and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.